Hello, everyone. I'm Lily, and welcome to this comprehensive English learning journey that we're about to begin together right now. Today marks the beginning of something truly special because you're about to transform the way you speak, understand, and communicate in English. I've designed this program specifically for you, whether you're just starting out or you're already an intermediate speaker looking to reach advanced fluency. We're going to take you on an incredible path from absolute beginner all the way through to advanced conversation levels. This journey is divided into 5 distinct levels, each building upon the last one. At the beginner level, we'll focus on the most essential phrases and simple everyday vocabulary that you absolutely need to know. Then we'll move into elementary conversations where you'll learn how to navigate basic social situations and express simple needs. The intermediate section is where things get more natural and conversational, allowing you to discuss ideas and share experiences. Upper intermediate opens doors to more complex thinking, storytelling, and expressing nuanced opinions on various topics. Finally, the advanced level will help you communicate with sophistication, using complex sentence structures and discussing abstract concepts with ease. Throughout this entire program, I want you to remember one crucial thing. The best way to learn is by listening and repeating without translating. Don't get caught in the trap of translating everything back to your native language, because that actually slows down your learning progress. Instead, let yourself absorb the sounds, patterns, and meanings directly from the context. Your brain is incredibly powerful and can understand meaning from context far better than you probably realize. Each line you're going to hear is carefully crafted to help you understand and internalize natural English speech patterns. You'll hear each sentence twice, and I encourage you to repeat it out loud both times. Speaking out loud is absolutely critical because it trains your mouth muscles to produce these sounds naturally. It's the difference between passive recognition and active production, and active production is what you really need for fluency. Don't be shy about making mistakes because that's literally how we learn language as humans. Every professional speaker you admire has made thousands of mistakes along their journey. The goal here isn't perfection on day 1 or even week 1. It's progress and consistent improvement over time. I want you to embrace the discomfort of not knowing and trust the process. This program contains hundreds of carefully selected sentences across all 5 levels that will train your ear and mouth simultaneously. By the time you finish this journey, you'll have internalized patterns that will allow you to construct your own sentences naturally. You'll understand spoken English even when the speaker talks quickly, and you'll be able to respond appropriately in various situations. Let's begin this incredible transformation together. I'm so excited to guide you through this program. Welcome to Level 1, where we focus on the absolute basics of English communication. If you've never spoken English before, this is exactly where you need to be right now. These are the essential building blocks that will form the foundation for everything else you learn. Greetings and basic introductions. Let's start with the most important social phrases. Hello. Hello. This is the most universal greeting in English-speaking countries and business contexts. Hi. Hi. This is a more casual and friendly way to greet someone in informal situations. Good morning. Good morning. You say this from sunrise until roughly noon when the day begins. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. This is used from noon until around sunset or early evening. Good evening. Good evening. This greeting is appropriate after sunset or in late evening hours. Now let's introduce ourselves. What is your name? What is your name? This is the most direct way to ask someone for their name in a conversation. My name is Lily. My name is Lily. This is how you introduce yourself formally and clearly. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Say this when you're meeting someone for the first time. The response is usually, nice to meet you too, which shows mutual respect and friendliness. Expressing basic needs and feelings. Now we'll learn how to express basic physical and emotional states. I am hungry. I am hungry. I am thirsty. This describes when your mouth is dry and you need something to drink. I am tired. I am tired. Say this when you're exhausted and need rest or sleep. I am happy. I am happy. This expresses joy and contentment in a given situation. I am sad. I am sad. Use this when you're feeling unhappy or emotionally down about something. Asking for help and expressing needs. I need water. I need water. Water is essential for survival, and this is the clearest way to ask for it. I need help. I need help. When you're struggling with something, ask for assistance with this phrase. I need a doctor. I need a doctor. Use this in an emergency when you need medical attention immediately. These 3 phrases can literally be life-changing in emergency situations or when traveling. Simple daily actions. Let's learn basic verbs that describe things you do every single day. I eat an apple. I eat an apple. Eating is one of the most common activities we do multiple times per day. I drink coffee. I drink coffee. Many people start their day with this warm beverage. I go to work. I go to work. This describes the action of traveling to your workplace each morning. I come home. I watch television. I come home. This is what you do at the end of your workday when returning to your residence. I watch television. I watch television. This is a relaxing activity many people do in the evening. I read a book. I read a book. Reading is an excellent way to improve English while enjoying a story. I listen to music. I listen to music. Music is universal and a great way to absorb English pronunciation naturally. I sleep at night. Sleep is essential for health, and you typically do this in darkness. Asking basic questions. What is this? What is this? Use this question when you want to know the name of an object nearby. Where is the bathroom? Where is the bathroom? Where is the bathroom? This is perhaps the most important question when visiting anywhere. How much is this? How much is this? Ask this when you want to know the price of something. How much is this? Ask this when you want to know the price of something. What time is it? What time is it? Use this to ask someone what the current time of day is. Who is that? Who is that? Ask this when you want to know someone's identity or who they are. Who is that? Ask this when you want to know someone's identity or who they are. Why are you late? This questions someone about the reason for their delay or tardiness. How are you? How are you? This is the most common greeting question that shows you care about the person. Where do you live? Where do you live? Ask this to learn where someone's home is located. Welcome to Level 2, where we build upon your foundation with more detailed everyday expressions. Now that you know the basics, we're going to expand your ability to talk about daily routines and experiences. Describing your daily routine. I wake up at 7 in the morning every single day. I wake up at 7 in the morning every single day. This is an essential part of personal hygiene that should be done twice daily without fail. I take the bus to work each morning. I take the bus to work each morning. Public transportation is affordable, efficient, and better for the environment than driving. I eat lunch at noon when I take a break from my work. I eat lunch at noon when I take a break. The midday meal gives you energy to complete the rest of your workday. I finish work at 5 o'clock in the evening. I finish work at 5 o'clock in the evening. Having a consistent end time helps you maintain work-life balance. I cook dinner in the evening for myself and my family. I cook dinner in the evening. Preparing your own meals is healthier and more economical than eating out constantly. I go to bed around 11 at night. I go to bed around 11 at night. Getting enough sleep between 7 and 9 hours is crucial for your health and mental function. I sleep for 8 full hours every single night. I sleep for 8 full hours every night. Proper sleep allows your body to repair itself and your mind to process information effectively. Talking about family and relationships. I have one brother and one sister in my family. I have one brother and one sister. Sibling relationships can be complicated, but are usually lifelong bonds. My mother is a teacher who educates the next generation. My mother is a teacher. Teaching is a noble profession that shapes young minds and futures. My father works in an office where he manages important business projects. My father works in an office. Office jobs typically involve computers, meetings, and administrative responsibilities. I live with my parents in a comfortable house. I live with my parents. Living with family is common in many cultures and offers both benefits and challenges. I have a best friend named Sarah who I trust completely. I have a best friend named Sarah. Best friends are people with whom you share your deepest secrets and most meaningful moments. We meet every single weekend to spend time together. We meet every weekend. Regular get-togethers strengthen friendships and create lasting memories together. I call my grandmother every single Sunday without fail. I call my grandmother every Sunday. Staying connected with extended family is important for maintaining strong family bonds. I love my family very much and appreciate everything they do for me. I love my family very much. Family love is one of the strongest emotions humans experience throughout their lives. Shopping and money conversations. How much does this shirt cost in the store? How much does this shirt cost? Price inquiries are one of the most common questions when shopping for clothes. It costs $20, which is a reasonable price. It costs $20. Money in American English uses dollars as the primary currency unit. I would like to buy this item, please. I would like to buy this. Expressing your intention to purchase politely shows good manners and respect. Do you accept credit cards for payment? Do you accept credit cards? Most modern stores accept various payment methods for customer convenience. I only have cash with me today. I only have cash. Some people prefer paying with physical money to track their spending more carefully. This item is too expensive for my current budget. This is too expensive for me. Discussing budgets honestly prevents overspending and financial stress. Can you give me a discount on this purchase? Can you give me a discount? Asking for discounts is reasonable, and negotiation is often expected in markets. I will take it. Thank you very much. I will take it. Thank you. Finalizing a purchase with gratitude shows appreciation to the shopkeeper. Discussing weather and seasons. It is sunny today, which makes everyone feel happy and energized. It is sunny today. Sunny weather is generally associated with positive moods and outdoor activities. It is raining outside, so we should take an umbrella. It is raining outside. Rain is essential for plant growth and water supply, but makes outdoor plans difficult. It is very cold in winter, so wear warm layers. It is very cold in winter. Winter cold requires proper clothing to prevent health problems. Summer is my favorite season because I love the warmth. Summer is my favorite season. Summer allows for vacations, outdoor sports, and enjoying nature. I like spring because beautiful flowers start blooming everywhere. I like spring because flowers bloom. Spring represents renewal and fresh beginnings for many cultures. Autumn leaves are incredibly beautiful with their vibrant colors. Autumn leaves are beautiful. Fall is a transitional season that marks the approach of winter. What is the weather like today in your area? What is the weather like today? Weather forecasts help us prepare appropriately for outdoor activities. It looks like it will snow tonight, so be careful driving. It looks like it will snow tonight. Snow is beautiful but creates dangerous driving conditions. Travel and directions. Where is the nearest train station from here? Where is the nearest train station? Train stations are important transportation hubs in cities around the world. Go straight for 2 blocks, then stop at the corner. Go straight for 2 blocks. Following directions carefully helps you reach your intended destination. Turn left at the traffic light you see ahead. Turn left at the traffic light. Traffic lights regulate vehicle movement and pedestrian safety in cities. The hotel is right next to the bank building. The hotel is next to the bank. Landmarks help you orient yourself when navigating unfamiliar areas. How long does it take to get there by car? How long does it take to get there? Travel time estimates help you plan your traffic lights regulate vehicle movement and pedestrian safety in cities. The hotel is right next to the bank building. The hotel is next to the bank. Landmarks help you orient yourself when navigating unfamiliar areas. How long does it take to get there by car? How long does it take to get there? Travel time estimates help you plan your schedule appropriately. You've now completed Level 2 and can handle everyday situations much better. These phrases will serve you well in real-world interactions. Welcome to Level 3, where we develop more natural conversational abilities. Now you're moving beyond survival phrases into more authentic communication. Discussing your professional life. I work as a marketing assistant for a small company downtown. I work as a marketing assistant. Describing your job helps others understand what you do and what your responsibilities are. My daily responsibilities include managing our social media accounts and posts. My daily responsibilities include managing social media. Social media management is increasingly important for modern businesses. I genuinely enjoy my job because it is creative and intellectually challenging. I enjoy my job because it is creative. Finding meaning and enjoyment in your work significantly improves life satisfaction. Sometimes I have to work overtime to meet important project deadlines. Sometimes I have to work overtime. Work-life balance is important, but deadlines sometimes require extra hours. My colleagues are very supportive and friendly to work with. My colleagues are supportive and friendly. A positive workplace culture makes your job more enjoyable. I am hoping to get a promotion next year. I am hoping to get a promotion next year. Career advancement is a natural goal for ambitious professionals. What do you do for a living? What do you do for a living? This is a standard conversation starter in professional and social situations. That sounds like an interesting career path. That sounds like an interesting career. Showing interest in others' work creates better relationships. Making plans with friends. Do you have any plans for the upcoming weekend? Do you have any plans for the weekend? Weekend planning helps you make the most of your free time. I am thinking of going to the beach on Saturday morning. I am thinking of going to the beach. Beaches offer relaxation, swimming, and social activities. Would you like to join me for this adventure? Would you like to join me? Inviting friends to activities strengthens your friendships. That sounds like a wonderful idea. That sounds like a great idea. Expressing enthusiasm encourages the other person to participate. What time should we meet for this? What time should we meet? Establishing specific times prevents confusion and ensures everyone arrives. Let's meet at 10 o'clock in the morning in front of the train station. Let's meet at 10 o'clock in front of the station. Specifying exact locations makes meeting up easy. I will bring some snacks and drinks for everyone. I will bring some snacks and drinks. Sharing food builds camaraderie and makes activities more enjoyable. I am really looking forward to spending time with you. I am really looking forward to it. Expressing anticipation shows genuine excitement about an upcoming event. Expressing opinions on various topics. In my opinion, regular exercise is absolutely essential for good health. In my opinion, exercise is essential. Health and fitness are foundational to living a quality life. I firmly believe that everyone should learn a second language. I believe everyone should learn a second language. Language learning opens doors to new cultures and opportunities. To be honest, I really don't like horror movies. To be honest, I don't like horror movies. Personal preferences vary, and it's good to express them. I think you are right about that point. I think you are right about that. Acknowledging others' valid points builds mutual respect. From my perspective, we need better solutions. From my perspective, we need a better solution. Perspectives differ based on personal experiences and values. I agree with your point, but only up to a certain extent. I agree with you up to a point. Partial agreement shows nuanced thinking rather than absolute positions. I see what you mean, but I feel differently about it. I see what you mean, but I feel differently. Respectful disagreement is important in intellectual discussions. That's definitely a valid point that I hadn't thought about before. That's a valid point I hadn't considered. Being open to new ideas promotes personal growth and understanding. Describing your experiences and adventures. I have visited France twice, and I absolutely loved every moment there. I have visited France, and I loved it. Travel experiences create memories and broaden your worldview. The food and culture were absolutely amazing. The food and culture were amazing. Experiencing different cuisines and traditions is rewarding. I once tried learning guitar, but eventually gave up. I once tried learning guitar, but I gave up. Not all pursuits work out, but they teach you about yourself. It was harder than I had originally expected. It was harder than I expected. Many things prove more challenging than anticipated. Last year, I ran a half marathon for charity. Last year, I ran a half marathon for charity. Physical challenges build character and support good causes. It was exhausting, but incredibly rewarding. It was exhausting, but very rewarding. Personal achievements often come through effort and discomfort. Have you ever had a similar experience? Have you ever had a similar experience? Asking others to share experiences creates deeper connections. I would love to hear your story. I would love to hear your story. Listening to other stories enriches your understanding of people. Offering advice and suggestions. You should try to practice English every single day. You should try to practice English every day. Consistency is the most important factor in language learning. Don't be afraid to make mistakes in your learning journey. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Errors are learning opportunities, not failures. It helps to watch movies with English subtitles regularly. It helps to watch movies with English subtitles. Movies provide context and natural pronunciation models. Why don't you join a language exchange group? Why don't you join a language exchange group? Group practice provides accountability and social learning. If I were you, I would set small daily goals. If I were you, I would set small daily goals. Small goals are achievable and build momentum. The most important thing is to be consistent. The most important thing is to be consistent. Consistency beats intensity for sustainable progress. Remember to celebrate your progress along the way. Remember to celebrate your progress. Celebrating milestones maintains motivation and positivity. You are doing much better than you actually think. You are doing better than you think. Most people underestimate their own progress and abilities. Excellent work completing level 3. You can now have meaningful conversations about real topics. Welcome to level 4, where we develop more sophisticated and nuanced communication abilities. You're now ready to express complex feelings, tell compelling stories, and discuss abstract ideas. Expressing complex emotions and feelings. I felt overwhelmed by all the responsibilities at work last month. I felt overwhelmed by responsibilities. Overwhelm is a common emotion when facing multiple demands simultaneously. Despite the challenges, I remained optimistic about the eventual outcome. Despite challenges, I remained optimistic. Optimism helps you navigate difficult situations with resilience. She was deeply disappointed when the event was suddenly canceled. She was disappointed when the event was canceled. Disappointment is a natural response to unmet expectations. I am genuinely excited about the opportunities ahead. I am genuinely excited about opportunities. Excitement about the future drives personal growth and action. Sometimes I feel anxious for no apparent logical reason. Sometimes I feel anxious for no reason. Anxiety can be irrational, and that's completely normal. Talking to a close friend always helps me feel significantly better. Talking to a friend helps me feel better. Social connection is therapeutic and emotionally healing. I was thrilled to hear that you got the job. I was thrilled to hear about your job. Happiness for others' successes shows genuine care. It is perfectly normal to feel nervous before a big presentation. It is normal to feel nervous. Nervousness before important events is nearly universal. Telling compelling stories and narratives. Something interesting happened to me on my way to work yesterday. Something interesting happened on my way. Unexpected events often make the best stories to share. I was waiting for the bus when I suddenly saw a familiar face. I was waiting when I saw a familiar face. Chance encounters can lead to meaningful reconnections. It turned out to be an old friend from university. It turned out to be an old friend. Recognizing people from your past creates nostalgic moments. We hadn't spoken in over 5 years. We hadn't spoken in over 5 years. Time passes quickly, and reconnections are always special. We ended up grabbing coffee and catching up for an hour. We grabbed coffee and caught up. Coffee conversations are ideal for reconnecting with people. She told me about her new job in London. She told me about her new job. Sharing life updates strengthens bonds between friends. I was so happy to reconnect with her. I was so happy to reconnect. Rekindled friendships bring joy and nostalgic feelings. It just goes to show that the world is actually quite small. The world is small. Unexpected meetings demonstrate global interconnectedness. Discussing hypothetical situations and possibilities. If I won the lottery, I would travel around the entire world. If I won the lottery, I would travel. Hypothetical thinking helps clarify your true values and desires. What would you do if you suddenly had a month of free time? What would you do with free time? Fantasy scenarios reveal what truly matters to us. If I could speak 3 languages fluently, I would become a translator. If I could speak languages, I'd translate. Multilingual skills open professional and personal opportunities. Suppose you had the chance to meet any historical figure. Who would it be? Who would you meet? Historical figures often inspire us and represent important eras. If I were the manager, I would implement flexible working hours. If I were manager, I'd allow flexibility. Flexible arrangements improve employee satisfaction and productivity. Imagine if we could completely eliminate plastic waste. Imagine eliminating plastic waste. Environmental solutions require creativity and commitment. Had I known about the traffic, I would have left much earlier. Had I known about traffic, I'd leave earlier. Hindsight reveals better decisions we could have made. It would be wonderful if everyone showed more kindness. It would be wonderful if everyone was kind. Kindness creates positive ripple effects in communities. Analyzing advantages and disadvantages. On one hand, working from home offers tremendous flexibility. Working from home offers flexibility. Remote work allows you to control your environment and schedule. On the other hand, it can sometimes feel quite isolating. Social isolation is a real concern for remote workers. The main advantage of online learning is convenient. Online learning is convenient. Learning from anywhere, anytime is a major benefit. However, it requires tremendous self-discipline. Motivation without external structure is challenging. One downside of city living is the high cost of housing. City living is expensive. Urban rent and property prices are increasingly unaffordable. Nevertheless, the cultural opportunities make it worthwhile. Cities offer theater, museums, restaurants, and diverse experiences. We need to weigh the benefits against the potential risks. Critical thinking requires examining multiple perspectives. All things considered, I think this is a positive change. Overall assessments help decision-making processes. Persuading and influencing others. Let me explain why this approach would be much more effective. This approach is more effective. Clear explanation builds understanding and agreement. I strongly believe that investing in education is absolutely crucial. Education investment is crucial. Education transforms lives and societies. You might want to reconsider your decision based on this evidence. Evidence can change perspectives when presented clearly. I am convinced that teamwork leads to superior results. Teamwork leads to better results. Collaboration generates better solutions than individual work. Would you be open to trying a different method? Openness to alternatives enables progress and improvement. Let's look at the facts before jumping to conclusions. Look at facts before concluding. Evidence-based reasoning prevents mistakes. I urge you to take this opportunity seriously. Urgency conveys importance and significance. Together, we can make a real positive difference. Collaboration amplifies individual impact and creates lasting change. You've successfully completed Level 4. Your conversational abilities have reached genuine sophistication now. Welcome to Level 5, where we develop advanced and nuanced English communication. This is where you'll learn to express complex ideas with eloquence and precision. articulating nuanced and sophisticated opinions. While I do appreciate your perspective, I tend to lean toward the opposite view. Respectful disagreement acknowledges validity while maintaining differences. It is not that I disagree entirely, but I see some fundamental flaws. Partial disagreement shows sophisticated critical thinking. What we really need is a more holistic approach that considers all stakeholders. We need a holistic approach. Systemic thinking considers interconnected elements. From my standpoint, the long-term implications outweigh short-term gains. Long-term implications matter most. Strategic thinking prioritizes sustainable outcomes. I concede that there are definitely valid points on both sides of this argument. Both sides have valid points. Acknowledging opposing views demonstrates intellectual honesty. Nevertheless, the evidence overwhelmingly supports this particular direction. Strong evidence drives logical conclusions. It would be unwise to ignore the lessons from past experiences. Learn from past experiences. History teaches valuable lessons for future decision-making. Ultimately, the decision must align with our core values. Value-based decisions create coherence and integrity, expressing uncertainty and reasonable speculation. There is definitely a chance that the market will recover by next quarter. The market might recover. Economic forecasting involves uncertainty and probability. It is difficult to predict with certainty how consumers will ultimately react. Consumer reactions are unpredictable. Human behavior remains fundamentally unpredictable. One might reasonably speculate that the new policy will have unintended consequences. The policy has unintended consequences. Unintended consequences are common in complex systems. I cannot say for sure, but it seems quite plausible that prices will rise. Prices will probably rise. Inflation trends suggest price increases are likely. Given the current trends, we could be looking at significant growth ahead. We'll see significant growth. Current indicators suggest positive future trajectories. The outcome hinges on several variables beyond our direct control. Outcome depends on variables. Complex systems depend on multiple interdependent factors. It remains to be seen whether this approach will ultimately succeed. This approach might succeed. Future outcomes depend on implementation and adaptation. For the time being, we must proceed with cautious optimism. Balanced hope tempers unrealistic expectations. Describing complex processes and procedures. The first step involves conducting a thorough needs assessment thoroughly. Conduct a needs assessment. Proper assessment prevents wasted resources on wrong solutions. Subsequently, we move into the detailed design and prototyping phase. Design precedes implementation and saves resources. Once the prototype gains approval, we initiate large-scale production. Prototyping validates concepts before full-scale investment. Throughout the process, quality control checks are performed regularly. Quality checks happen regularly. Consistent quality prevents defects and customer dissatisfaction. Any issues that arise are documented and addressed immediately. Address issues immediately. Quick problem resolution prevents cascading failure. After completion, the product undergoes final testing before launch. Thorough testing ensures product reliability. Feedback from early users is then incorporated into future iterations. Incorporate user feedback. User input improves products significantly. This cyclical process ensures continuous improvement indefinitely. Continuous improvement happens. Iteration drives innovation and excellence. Reflecting on personal growth and transformation. Looking back, I realize how profoundly my perspective has actually evolved. My perspective evolved. Personal growth happens through experience and reflection. What once seemed completely insurmountable now feels like a manageable challenge. Challenges feel manageable. Perspective changes as we grow stronger and wiser. I have learned that resilience is not about avoiding failure, but embracing it. Embrace failure. Resilience develops through confronting adversity. Each setback taught me something genuinely valuable about myself. Setbacks teach valuable lessons. Difficult experiences provide profound self-knowledge. The older I get, the more I genuinely appreciate the wisdom of patience. Appreciate patience. Maturity brings appreciation for delayed gratification. I strive to maintain a growth mindset in all aspects of my life. Maintain a growth mindset. Growth mindset enables continuous learning and adaptation. My definition of success has shifted from external validation to inner fulfillment. Seek inner fulfillment. Authentic success comes from internal satisfaction. I am profoundly grateful for every experience that shaped who I am today. Be grateful for experiences. Gratitude transforms perspective and increases happiness. Delivering persuasive and compelling arguments. It is absolutely imperative that we take immediate action on this issue. Take immediate action. Urgency justifies rapid mobilization of resources. Failure to act now could result in irreversible negative consequences. Act now to prevent consequences. Procrastination risks cascading damage. Consider the alternative if we do absolutely nothing. Consider doing nothing. Worst-case scenarios motivate preventive action. If we do nothing, the situation will only progressively worsen. The situation will worsen. Inaction permits problems to grow. The data clearly indicates that our current strategy is fundamentally ineffective. Current strategy fails. Evidence must drive strategic decisions. I propose a three-pronged approach to tackle these root causes. A three-pronged approach works. Multifaceted solutions address complex problems. Not only will this approach save valuable resources, but it will significantly improve morale. Save resources and morale. Efficiency and satisfaction reinforce each other. I earnestly urge you to strongly support this important initiative. Support this initiative. Personal endorsement conveys conviction. Together, we possess the genuine power to create meaningful, lasting change. We can create change. Collective action multiplies individual impact. You have now successfully completed all 5 levels of this comprehensive program. From absolute beginner to advanced fluent speaker, you've covered incredible. Congratulations on completing this entire comprehensive English learning program from start to finish. You've practiced hundreds of carefully selected sentences across all 5 proficiency levels. These sentences will dramatically and permanently improve your English speaking and comprehension abilities. Now that you understand the complete structure and approach, here is your specific mission going forward. First, practice these sentences every single day without exception. Consistency matters far more than intensity when learning language. Start with level 1 and systematically work your way through to level 5. Repeat each level multiple times until the sentences feel completely natural. Only move to the next level when you can speak current sentences without hesitation. Don't rush this process because speed sacrifices the accuracy. If this entire program helped you improve your English abilities, please give it a positive rating. Subscribe to my channel for more comprehensive English learning programs. Share this program with friends who want to improve their English significantly. Write in the comments section which specific level was most challenging for you. Tell me what topics you'd like to see covered in future programs. I genuinely read and appreciate every single comment that viewers leave. Your feedback directly shapes the content I create next. Keep practicing your English every single day without missing. Keep improving your pronunciation and listening comprehension abilities. Keep believing in yourself even when progress feels slow. Remember that fluency is a journey, not a destination. Every single day of practice accumulates into real transformation. You absolutely have what it takes to become a fluent English speaker. Your commitment to learning demonstrates determination and ambition. The world needs your voice speaking confidently in English. I believe in your ability to achieve your language goals. Thank you so much for learning English with me on this journey. I look forward to seeing your incredible progress in the comments. See you in the next podcast episode where we explore new topics. Until then, keep practicing and keep believing in yourself. This is Lily signing off, and I'll see you next time. Keep practicing your English every single day without missing. Keep improving your pronunciation and listening comprehension abilities. Keep believing in yourself even when progress feels slow. Remember that fluency is a journey, not a destination. Every single day of practice accumulates into real transformation. You absolutely have what it takes to become a fluent English speaker. Your commitment to learning demonstrates determination and ambition. The world needs your voice speaking confidently in English. I believe in your ability to achieve your language goals. Thank you so much for learning English with me on this journey. I look forward to seeing your incredible progress in the comments. See you in the next podcast episode where we explore new topics. Until then, keep practicing and keep believing in yourself. This is Lily signing off, and I'll see you next time.